This is the story of a man named Numarino. Numarino is a sentient dice man that wishes nothing more than to roll dice in the adventures of story games. And today he will do so in the Stanley Parable, which itself is a story of a man named Stanley. Hello and welcome to another cool new video. Today we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable with a random number generator, also known as the man, the myth, the legend Numarino. Now the thing about Numarino is he absolutely hates items. We know this from his previous adventure over in Undertale. And as such, the YouTube members, which you can join today, so you get early access to videos just like this one, decided that we should play a game without items. That was definitely their reasoning. So then I programmed something in Python. I coded a dice roller which goes through the numbers 1 to 6. However, there is also the 7th option, and if it ever lands on 7, that means Numarino gives me the express permission of making my own choice. So what are we going to learn about Numarino? Well, first of all, he's gotta make a choice whether to leave the room or stay in the room. See, there is an ending in the Stanley Parable where you just stay in the room. Numarino didn't do that. Numarino went out there. Numarino wants to actually see this video game. It's understandable, it is admirable. Wasting no time, Numarino comes to a set of 2 open doors, and he enters the door on his right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, a thing that is very obvious when looking at this playthrough, Numarino hates authority. We can get this out of the way immediately. Numarino wants nothing more than to tell his own story. That's why he thrived in the challenges in the underground of Undertale. And that's why he hates the parable. He steps into the employee lounge. He doesn't even give it a second look. He just waltzes right through and comes to another set of 2 open doors. And the narrator, he rings in his ear and says if he goes left, then it's just gonna happen again. It's just gonna be on the correct path again. So naturally, Numarino, hating authority, does not conform. Never in his life will he conform. He goes straight and is presented with a 3-pronged choice. Go up, go down, and get on that railing. Surveying the situation, Numarino makes the choice of the century. Get on the railing. Cutting off the narrator, his hate for authority more apparent than ever. But then, as Numarino hears the narrator speak, perhaps there's a tinge of compassion, of yearning to understand the very thing that trapped him here. So we learn of curiosity. See, Numarino may hate the authority that dictates where he has to go, but when he came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered a door that is red. He wanted to see what the narrator would show him. He wanted to see if it was worthwhile following the narrator. So when he stepped inside this so-called sacred place and looked at beautiful colors in the dark night sky, Numarino was not satisfied. He looked and didn't see anything. He saw beauty. He heard serenity. But in reality, he felt nothing. For he had no feeling. For he was merely a dice. He explored and saw an out. A simple staircase going up top. One he can jump from. And so Numarino eclipsed the structure and jumped off. But he survived. Numarino was ready to end it all, ready to redo the simulation, but now he has been given a second chance to understand. He returns to the room of serenity, the room of calm. But no matter how hard he tries, he doesn't understand, so he returns. Jumps again, he doesn't die. Another chance at life, another chance at understanding. He leaves yet again, but then again it happens.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
You know, narrator, it really does seem like you're kind of stuck in the past, you know? You always want to stay in the exact same place because you're afraid of what happens if we ever leave. Finding only happiness in this place, I don't think that's a very good mindset. But I guess I wouldn't know, considering I'm the one jumping off of a railing. Well, I'm not the one jumping off of a railing. My decisions are made via a numbers game, and you know what? Sometimes you just need to roll a 3 again.
He leaves again, now knowing that there is no possible way that he will survive again, and yet he does. The last time, the last possible chance for understanding. Numarino wants to understand, but his nature of being but a simple die makes it impossible.
Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I don't know anymore, Mr. Narrator.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
You know, Mr. Narrator, happiness in a place such as this, sure, you can be content with the place you're at this very moment in time, but wanting to stay in the same place forever, no, that isn't a very good thing, is it? You know, I can see how you can potentially have the opinion that this place is better than what could possibly be for me in the future, but sometimes the future is also bright, and you just refuse to see it. Speaking of this very place, actually, this place is very dark. There's not much to do here except stand in the middle and listen to the ethereal sounds that this room makes. But it's all an illusion, because the ethereal sounds stop the moment I step off this platform. What is there truly to be seen in this room, Mr. Narrator? Nothing! Nothing! And that's why the numbers don't lie. And they tell me I have to do what I have to do. Goodbye. Numarino number 1.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
This told us about his lack of understanding. Concepts like compassion, concepts like feelings, those are inherently human. So as a non-human, naturally he wouldn't understand, he wouldn't get it. It only makes sense. It's sad, but probably the case for everyone. But as we all know, the end is never the end. Numarino once again stands in Stanley's room, and he gets to make a choice, to continue or to not continue. Well, Numarino would never just stop. Numarino wants to exist, Numarino wants to experience, even if there is no understanding. He yearns to exist, and so he marches forward. But he still hates authority. He cannot ever go through the left door. So as he makes his way through the right door again, he enters the lounge. And at that point, he's like, I have seen what the narrator wants me to do. The narrator wants me to be in a place that is serene, that is calm. But why is he the one to decide which place is serene, which place is holy? And so, when entering the lounge, Numarino stays. He stays for a good while. He has found comfort in a place he first found completely avoidable. So he moves forward. Once again, going right past the door where the narrator wants him to go down, and finding himself in this particular moment yet again. But this time Numarino decides it's about time. I must travel where the narrator wants me to travel. Perhaps jumping down that very thing is the thing that made everything go bad. Maybe all I need to do is follow this directive. And so he does. He goes into the room, and suddenly there's a phone. He picks up, and he sees the narrator for what he truly is. The narrator rips every part of Numarino's and Stanley's home life away one by one. This is an attack on Numarino. Was it revenge? Revenge for leaving the place of understanding? Leaving the place of serenity? Is this the true reason that Numarino is being punished? Even so, this slight at Numarino, this attack on Numarino's very person, it cannot stand. And so, after all of that, he decides he must continue. He goes to the right again. He stays in the lounge even longer this time. It is his comfort place. He had to think about what just happened. He had to think why the narrator took everything away from him. And then he made the decision right there in the lounge. He would do the same thing again, but this time in the phone room. Unplug that shit. And the whole world erodes. See, now he's driven by vengeance. He wants to break down everything that the narrator stands for. As the narrator broke down everything Numarino stood for. In their mutually assured destruction, choices are taken away from Numarino entirely, until suddenly he stands before the two doors once more. And here, Numarino would be tested. His entire being would be tested. Would he, in this very moment, go against the narrator? Or would he comply? Would he want to see what happens if he went down the left door? So he made the choice. He would go down the left door. He has never seen the left door, but now that the narrator is actively begging him for it, perhaps now there is something to be seen. But then Numarino gets to the boss's office and sees an impossibility. He has to say a code with a character that cannot speak. He himself cannot speak. He is but a die. He sees this as complete and utter mockery. He's getting yelled at being insufficient, not like Stanley, even though Stanley himself could not even dream of opening his mouth to pass this very door. Revenge is on the menu. We will never conform to the narrator again. The game resets to the set of two open doors. One must go right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Seeing everything erode around him, Numarino is not sure whether or not this was the best idea. Seeing the narrator shut the game down himself, actively trying to kill himself, while that is a role reversal of what Numarino had to do to escape the very place he hated and never understood. He still felt bad. He didn't know what to make of it. So as the game reset, Numarino asked me a question. Should we continue? To which I replied, but nevertheless, my feet goes absolutely goddamn hard. Cue the clown.